Hello everyone, and welcome to another PvP commentary. And today, guys, we are going to talk about the lag in ESO. We, of course, have some fights for you guys that are going to detail what we're talking about, too. But why is it that ESO, a nearly 5-year-old MMO, still has this crippling lag in its PvP, which it marketed as release as a PvP game with thousands of people on the screen? Why is it that I'm having a 2-on-1 here, and I'm waiting for 5 seconds after a roll dodge in order to cast again? Look at this. Look how long we wait after this roll. So I think that this is a video that I kind of wanted to avoid making in the past, but I feel like it has to be done just to advocate for us as an ESO community because, yeah, the servers are tough to deal with, to put it very kindly. So we're going to jump into a little bit of a clip here. And in this clip, we're going to talk about not just, one thing, but the many things that the lag has a massive impact on in PvP. And there we see that first huge impact. We had to wait about 1.5 seconds to break that stun and roll. If we're in a non-laggy environment, that should never happen. And, it didn't result in us getting punished hard, but that's a lot of time in a bad situation to have to wait. And you're going to see in these fights really how much of an impact the lag will have on what actually happens in the fight and how the fight is dictated. And even something as simple as killing this guard when we're lagging out at the top of the resource here takes longer and is more difficult than it would be normally. So as you can see, this player here, we hit him with all the dots and stuff. He goes for his block. He's just going to hold it, not heal himself. Easy takedown. And there we see yet again massive amounts of delay off that stun in order to break it, and we get the negate dropped on us. Thank God he was just channeling a Destro Heavy and there was nothing else. The lag could have been incredibly devastating in just that moment. And I don't know, I think it's a highlight big time, especially on something like a medium armor build, where if we make those mistakes, it's super punishing. And as you can see here, we're going to take that bad stun and we wait yet again to break that CC, and we wait for the precog. Now, I just can't stress enough how lucky we were to not have lagged out longer. If we had lagged out just a split second longer, we definitely would have died. But there is no reason that we should have had to wait 2 seconds standing there with our block up in order for the precog to fire off. And, one of the things that kind of gets me about it too is that if you look at the bottom left-hand corner, you can see my FPS and my ping counter, and the ping rarely spikes above 220. This is not 220 ping. This is an inaccurate ping counter. And oftentimes when I find myself lagging out super hard, the ping counter says it's fine until I've been lagging out for like 15 or 20 seconds, and then it tells me, oh, your ping's super high. So I think one thing, if maybe ZeniMax does not intend to make the server function better, perhaps we could get a bit more accurate of a ping counter so we know when we're lagging or not and can maybe adjust our gameplay accordingly. But yet again, I think that's kind of a ridiculous thing to say, because like I'm literally saying, can we have a better way of tracking when your server's not going to work so that it's easier for me to play your game? And I don't know, I mean, like, I'm hardcore and I make content for this game, and here we go again. We don't get any of the attacks, and that's just lag there, and we're getting that lag off our roll dodges here. Look at the amount of delay. We easily could have killed that player with the executioner, but we're denied the kill yet again because the server is just not keeping up at all with what's going on. And look at this. Now that's a pretty bad situation there, where we get pulled out of the mist by a negate like that, and in the lag, the anti-magic effects of the negate will persist for a long time. I have no words for that kill. That was bad. That all landed at the same time. That's exactly the problem we have when 2 snipes land at the same time. Just the abilities all lag out and they land at the exact moment. There's no way I can cancel that javelin like that. That kill on that player on the siege was nothing but a lag kill, and it really it really has like a wild impact on this game. And now you see my ping start to shoot up, and things are going to start to get really ridiculous. And yeah, here we get sniped by the Nightblade. Look at that delay. Yet again, we're hit by such a savage attack, and we survive, man, but you know what's going to happen. You know eventually in these fights we're going to go down because we're not going to be able to break the stun in time. And it's just such a, I don't know, man. I feel like it just punishes any build that that is designed to reward good playstyle. Like if you're playing a build that rewards you for being faster than your opponent, rewards you for making better decisions and stuff, the lag essentially just punishes you because you can't have that interaction with your opponent anymore. It's not really about, you know, who can use the right skills. And there's the evidence right there. That roll dodge, we're waiting 4 or 5 seconds after a roll dodge to cast. That's ridiculous. That puts us in medium armor at a disadvantage against everything because our primary defense is pretty much defunct. And that's like, I don't know, I can't stress that enough, how much of an impact that has on playing this game and just the builds and variety of builds you see in PvP. I think that's a profound impact on medium armor. And this is a great example, this clip we're going to look at right here, because in this clip here, we're not lagging at the beginning, and you can see defensively what the medium armor is really capable of, even though it's a squishier armor, but it requires a working server, and you can see we're dodging those critical attacks, we're kiting these players, and we're using our movement very effectively. And this is something that you cannot replicate in a laggy server. And you see we're making these critical dodges, these very well-timed blocks and mists, and without these attacks, there is no way that a medium armor build would survive or function properly in Cyrodiil. And like here we actually get the precog right as we click it. If we had to wait for the precog, we might have been stunned, etc. Here we break the stun, and there we see a little bit of lag. We do manage to get the swap quick, but there's a little bit of lag after that stun break, and I can start to feel it set in, and you can see right away my game style goes away from being on top of this group of players to let's get as far away from this group of players as possible, because if I get caught by more than one guy with a bad stun, I'm almost guaranteed gonna take a death. I mean, this just speaks to volumes of like how this game being laggy for so long has impacted the core tenets of how I even play. Like, I know when lag comes that I have to switch my style up. I cannot play what I would normally play and how I would normally play it. And here we see again, I'm going to have to fight a Nightblade. And as things start to get laggy, and a big thing about fighting Nightblade is blocking their incoming stun. There you see my character lifted her arms for the block, but he still stuns us. Now, on my side of this game, I had blocked that attack, but because of the server latency, we yet again are denied the move that we want to make. And I just like, I think it's a shame because ESO, when it runs well, is all about those little intricacies in combat. Did you block that attack? Did you dodge that at the right moment? Did you cast that ability at the right time and things like that? I mean, in my opinion, high-level gameplay of this game is not about running a build that's super durable or anything. It's about just playing the core mechanics really well, and you can be incredibly tanky even on a glass cannon build if your mechanics are down. However, that all goes away once this game, you know, starts lagging out. So as someone who's played this game a long time, it kind of diminishes and kills that competitive feel that, you know, a PvP game kind of needs. And lag has been a very large persistent issue, especially in PvP, for a very long time. And I think a big reason why we've seen so much growth in ESO, you know, in the PvE communities, we've seen more monthly players, etc. However, the PvP servers have not grown really since launch, is because there's just been that kind of neglect of the server in general. You know, we've had issues with balance in the past, and now balance has gotten a lot better, but we're at this stage where the server is just not maintained well, and it's not given the resources it kind of needs. And yeah, so I'd love to know what you guys think about the lag in PvP and how maybe it personally impacts you or your opinion of this game. And if you guys are maybe not ESO players, but you slugged through this video because it was interesting to you, maybe was the lag something that deterred you from playing this game? Because as someone who's created content for this game for a long time, the biggest reason that I've wanted to not play this game, especially like actually play the game live on stream, is because we're lagging. And there you see again, you know, we got hit by that stun. These guys are doing very little damage, and we still die because we can't break it in time. So there you go, guys. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you guys want to see some of this laggy gameplay live, come check out my Twitch channel. We are sponsored by What the Fast. They're a VPN for gamers. Give you better ping to your favorite games. However, they won't fix the ESO server, unfortunately. And then finally, guys, if you want to send in any community content for a top 5 PvP feature or send in a build to be featured, you can send it to KristoferESO@hotmail.com. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'd love to hear your opinions about ESO lag, and I hope to see you next time.